name is Mrs. Tutor-McChicken Cacciatore, and today we're going to have another installment of the Crabby Cook. And here's Ken. Hi, Ken.
Hi, Mrs. Tutor-McChicken.
Ken is the Crabby Cook.
That's right.
And he's making a delicious meal today.
I'm the Crabby Cook.
And what are you making today, Ken?
Today we are making beef stew made with grade A Angus beef, McCormick seasoning, beef broth, carrots.
I can see the carrots.
That's right.
Are you cutting them
Yes.
thin enough?
Oh, don't worry. We'll cut them just the way they're supposed to be. Potato,
Okay.
diced tomato, very young sweet peas, tender sweet, and cut fresh green beans. Actually, canned green beans. We put those in to give it a little pizzazz.
Not fresh green beans.
Well, if we could have them, but they're not in season.
Let me see.
That's why I'm
It is
crabby.
snowy outside, isn't it? Look how
Yes, it's
snowy it
snowy.
is.
Look how snowy it is. What do the chickens do when it snows outside?
Oh, we like to go inside
You like to go inside.
where it's warm
In the chicken coop?
so we can lay our eggs.
In the chicken coop?
We have a nice house.
Oh,
We
well,
don't have a coop. So Ken is now peeling the potatoes.
that's right.
And he's already peeled the carrots. Not something I would have done. I would have just washed the carrots.
Nope. Carrots must be peeled.
Okay.
If you're going to make beef stew, do it right.
Okay.
You got that?
Yes,
Right.
I got it. Thank
All
you.
right, pay attention.
Okay.
That's what Emerald used to say on the Food Channel.
What? Pay attention?
Yeah, it was kind of, for a guy who was doing a TV show, he's kind of,
Just like you. You're Crabby, Ken.
That's right. And there used to be a group called Crabby Appleton 50 years ago.
Crabby Appleton.
Crabby Appleton. That was the name of the group. They were kind of like Jethro Tull, sort of. But they weren't quite as good as Jethro Tull, so they never quite got the audience that Jethro Tull did.
Oh, we're getting a history lesson too.
Not to mention a music
I think we
lesson.
should just keep cooking, Ken. Okay, we're back now with the Crabby Cook, Ken.
Yes, Crabby Cook.
Kenny Winnie.
The cook of Crabby.
Okay, okay.
Now this is certified Angus beef for stew.
Okay, and he put some flour in the bowl.
That's right.
And did you put anything else in the bowl?
No.
Just flour? You didn't put salt in it? Or pepper?
All right, calm down, will ya?
Oh. Okay.
Relax.
Okay, you're the cook.
That's right. I'm the cook. Cookie cook. All right, so what we've got here is a little over about a pound and a half or so of premium stew beef for stew. Let's see, if you're gonna make beef stew, do it right.
Okay. How much did that cost, Ken?
This was on sale, believe it or not. $8.95 for
Is it old?
1.63 pounds.
Is it old?
Sell by $2.12. Today is only what?
$2.09, I think.
Huh?
$2.09.
Okay, so
$2.09.
we're 3 days ahead of schedule.
$2.09.
3 days ahead of schedule. Right, so what we're going to do is take our Lowry's seasoned salt. Just kind of liberally sprinkle over our stew beef here, just to give it a little flavor.
That looks good. Makes me want to have some wine. Yum, 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 yum. That's so good.
All right, now into the flour like this.
Oh, I can't wait. Oh,
And
that's
then we coat our
nice.
beef stew
Okay.
with flour like so. It's a lot easier doing it this way. Although what you also could do, put some in a paper bag, your flour in a paper bag, and shake it up like shake and bake. Some people prefer to do it that way.
Yes.
I like to do it this way.
You're a hands-on kind of guy. I can see that, Ken.
Well, you want to get them all nice and coated with flour and seasoning, like so. Not only does this help cook the meat, but it will also help thicken up the gravy later on as the beef stew is cooking. That way you don't have to add flour later to thicken up the gravy. It's already done for you by doing it this way. All right, so there's that. Let's give this a wash off. So another rule of the kitchen, clean as you go.
There you go, see?
Got that, Mrs. McChicken?
What was that, Ken?
Clean as you go.
Yes.
So as you work in the kitchen,
My grandmother always said, a good cook is a cook who cleans up after herself.
clean as you go. So that way you won't have as much hassle when you're done. Right? Right.
Right.
All right. So there's that. Let me clean that up, and then you'll have to come over here, Mrs. McChicken,
Okay.
because we have to pre-brown our stew meat before we put it in the slow cooker.
Okay. Here we
And
go.
before we put, as Emeril Lagasse would say on the old Food Network show he had, maybe he still has it, but I don't think so. Anyway, he would always tell his viewing audience to pay attention.
I'm paying attention, Ken.
All right.
We're all paying attention, aren't we?
All right.
Okay.
That's the way to do things. Now, next step.
Now you're going to fry up the beef?
Let's.
Are you using olive oil?
That is correct. Now while that's the pan is heat and the oil heating up. So we liberally
Ooh,
put in.
that's a lot of olive oil. I would say that's at least
No, you just want enough to coat the bottom of the pan. I just kind of eyeball it
okay.
like so. I would say, well, let's see. If we look actually at the actual directions on this guy,
Well, what kind is that?
McCormick beef stew seasoning mix.
Let's see the front of the package. Ken.
This calls for a couple tablespoons. So.
Okay.
But the oil is going to absorb, or the flour, I should say, is going to absorb some of the flour anyway. So that's not that big of a deal. All right, now, what we're going to do, see, I'll need my little spatula thing here. Excuse me, Mrs.
Oh,
McChicken.
excuse me.
I'm not being too crabby. Maybe I should be more crabby, eh? No?
That is totally up to you, Ken.
All right, I'll be crabby later. Let's see. All right, so let's get these guys in here, get them cooking up.
That looks good.
It's gonna
But
be.
shouldn't you wait till it starts boiling before you put them in? Till it gets hot?
Not necessarily. It'll get up to temp.
I would disagree.
After all,
wouldn't you?
all we're doing is we're just browning our beef stew, our coated beef stew.
Okay.
And by the way,
Isn't that also called braising?
no, braising that's not braising.
Oh, okay. What is braising?
Braising is cooking the meat in a small amount of liquid.
Well, is that would be braising then?
No, because this isn't that kind of liquid like broth or water. This is just.
It's olive oil, which
Yes.
is still a liquid.
It is, but Stop being difficult, Mrs. McChicken.
I'm just saying, honey. You should wait till it gets a little bubbly before you put that in. Okay.
Well, that's your opinion.
Yes. It's the opinion of many people,
Okay.
including myself.
All right, that's correct. You almost sounded like one of your students there for a minute.
How do you know how my students sound, Ken?
I've heard it before. You almost sounded like Rex, the T-Rex. Or what's his name? Felipe.
Felipe. Okay.
All right, let's get this guy going on 4. Now what we want to do next, while that's browning up, is pour our beef broth.
Let's look at the beef broth, Ken. What is that?
You know, this is, if we need more, I got
Let's see the beef broth, Ken. Where did you get that? Is it Aldi? Is that
apparently
Chef's
Cupboard, right?
Cupboard?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, my funny Valentine.
How many?
My funny Valentine
ounces?
likes to shop at Aldi.
She must be very smart.
I wouldn't go, well, I wouldn't, yeah, I guess you could say that. I guess we could say she's kind of smart. She's kind of smart.
You don't say that with much dedication.
She's working on it. All right, so that goes in like so.
You're appalling.
I know, all right. So we've got maybe a cup or so in here, a little over a cup. Now what we do next, see, you can see now, see how it's cooking up now?
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna let that brown right up in the olive oil, like that. And meanwhile, our beef broth is getting warm, soon to be hot. I don't think we'll need this anymore. It's back in the pantry.
It's so odd, isn't it? All those pieces of another animal chopped up and in a pan,
You stop that.
sizzling.
Just beef stew, honey. And it's gonna be good. Now
What part of the cow is that? Is that a shank?
No, this is top round. I guess that'd probably be the best way to describe it. Now come over here, Mrs. McChicken. I'm gonna show you what we do next.
We're watching, honey. Just
All right.
go ahead and over
Now
here.
we've got our beef broth in here. Now some people like to use water. I do not. I like to use beef broth because it makes it taste better.
Oh, another one.
Yeah, just in case we need it.
Okay.
And now, so we got that in there, just a little over a cup. And now we add our, while that's browning up and this is heating up, we add our seasoning in, like so, see? So we add our seasoning in like that. Now remember, you don't have to buy McCormick. You can buy Meyer or any brand, but I prefer McCormick. Besides, this was on sale.
Good to know, don't you think? McCormick.
That's right. That's the best kind. All right, so we add that in, and we dissolve that in our beef broth, like so, as that's heating up. Give that a stir. I just got my hair cut on that chicken.
Oh, I just thought I saw something there. It looked yummy. It smells good too.
All right, cut that out.
Oh, bastard.
All right, calm down. Now, back up, Mrs. McChicken.
Okay, here we go. Oh, we're back, Ken.
Good.
I had to rest for a while. I felt a little tipsy. I had too much wine.
Mrs. McChicken.
Oh. So
Take
where
it
are
easy
we? Are
with
we
the
done
wine,
browning
Mrs.
yet?
McChicken.
I guess not.
All right, so we're browning this up. It's a little A little more when it gets... You don't have to cook it through and through. We just want to brown it up. Like that.
Does it have to be completely brown on all sides, all corners?
That would help. That would help. Meanwhile, as I say, we clean as we go, so we'll clean this guy out. So, Mrs. McChicken, when are you taking that Miami vacation?
Oh, that's not going to be until springtime.
Wouldn't it be better to go in the wintertime?
I suppose. But I got a good deal, so I'm going to go when they tell me to go.
Go when they tell you to go.
Yeah, you're washing your hands too much.
No, I'm not. We got to keep things clean.
Okay. I think Ken has OCD, don't you? What do you think? Hmm? Okay, Ken. I'm gonna have another drink, so I'm gonna turn this off.
SFD.
What?
Never mind.
Okay.
Yeah, that's warming up
Okay,
good.
we're rejoining.
That's warming up good.
Ken, we're rejoining Ken in the kitchen with Crabby Ken.
With Crabby Cook. Not to be confused with Crabby Appleton. Okay, these are browned up quite nicely now.
They do look nice.
You want to get a look at that with your camera like they do on TV?
You mean on video like we're doing? Okay, so they're not all brown. I'd turn them around and brown them a little more. Okay.
They're getting there.
Okay.
Because they're going to cook up in the juice anyway. Now also, come here, Mrs. McChicken and Handler. So you can see that's why we use the McCormick seasoning. You can see the spices in there. So it's all done for you. Cut that out.
Oh, I'm sorry.
All right, Mrs. McChicken. Now,
I forgot
our stew meat, coated stew meat, seasoned coated, flour coated stew meat is now nice and brown and browned up. So what we're going to do, take it off the heat like so, and everybody in the pool.
Here we go. Into the pot we go. As if you haven't been brutalized enough. You're gonna get brutalized some more. I don't know if I agree with this concept of cutting up an animal.
Mrs. McChicken, if you don't stop it, I'm gonna grind you into a fine powder and sprinkle you over
Oh my God!
over Colonel Sanders oatmeal.
I don't like you anymore. I'm never coming back. Let's go. Come on.
I was just kidding. Come on back, Mrs. McChicken. We got to show you the rest of the recipe here.
Should we
on
trust
the Crabby
him?
Cook.
I don't know. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna have another glass of wine and think about it.
All right.
I meant a sip of wine, not a glass of wine. Okay, here we are again.
All right.
We're gonna watch Ken cook this.
Once again, cleaning as we
This
go.
poor mutilated beast. But it does smell good.
That's right. That's right.
I
We know
must
what we're
be
doing in this
carnivore.
kitchen.
Hi, Ken. Ken, kiss me.
What's the matter, Mrs. McChicken? Are you drunk?
Ken, kiss
You know,
me.
there's such a thing as drunken chicken, you know.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never heard of it before.
Well, I have.
Are you drunk? I'm not drunk.
Well, I just wanted to make sure.
Okay. I still want you to kiss me, though.
All right, that comes later.
Okay.
Over here, Mrs. McChicken.
Okay, here we come.
Now, at this point, we've changed our setting up to the 6 hours on high. Okay, we've got our beef in there, our gravy going. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Now our next step.
Okay, now what are we doing?
Getting our veggies ready to go into the stew.
Okay. You're cutting them very small, aren't you?
Yes.
Watch out, don't cut your finger off.
I'll cut your finger off.
What you did was just throw it in with the stew?
Throw you in with the stew.
Oh, don't say that.
Yeah, I know you don't allow that kind of language in your classroom, do you?
I think you're cutting them way too small. Unless you want to cook them in 20 minutes.
No, that don't matter. That don't matter.
It don't matter?
It does not matter. Sorry, good grammar, Ken. Let's see. Good grammar, Crabby Cook. Put those in. Then our next potato. 1 potato, 2 potato, 2 potato, 4. How did it go? 1 potato, 2 potato, 3 potato, 4. No, that's a banana splits.
Well, I'm sure I don't know then.
All right, here, I'll make these chunks a little bigger to keep you happy. How would that be?
Okay. This is taking too long, Ken. You're very, very slow.
You're going to be slow in a minute. Okay, now, Mrs. McChicken. Now, did you ever watch I Love Lucy, Mrs. McChicken?
Yes.
Did they have it on the TV in the chicken coop?
Why do you keep insisting that I live in a chicken coop?
Because you're a chicken.
That doesn't mean I live in a chicken coop.
Yes, it does.
No.
It means you live in the chicken
I live here with you, Ken. You know that.
No, you live...
You're just
You live
You're
in the...
just too embarrassed to admit it.
You live in the puppet world with Deputy Dog. And Ignatius, the poop-eating lizard.
No, I live here, Ken.
No.
Stop lying. Stop lying.
No,
You lying on me.
You stop lying.
You lying on me.
You stop lying. Or as Shemp on the Three Stooges would say, 6 lions were tearing me apart. 6 lions. And then Mo says, quit lying.
What do you think? I just don't know.
Well, Mrs. McChicken, what do you think of the Three Stooges?
I like him.
Good.
I like Curly the best. He's my favorite.
He's your favorite. Alrighty.
And then I like Larry and then Mo. In that order. Mo is a boy.
Larry was my brother's favorite. He used to call him Bose, because he had hair like Bozo the Clown. Bose.
I like when they pull out his hair. It was so funny.
Yeah. Did you ever see when he got stuck in the head with a fountain pen? Mrs. McChicken?
Yes. Yes, I did.
Mrs. McChicken, did you ever get stuck in the head with a fountain pen?
No.
Why not?
I can't say I've had the pleasure.
Stuck in the head with a fountain pen. Forming painful gash. All right, now, Mrs. McChicken, pay attention. We've added our potatoes. Now we're adding our carrots.
Okay. It's taking you so long.
Cut them on the bias.
This video is going way too long. I didn't realize we'd be here, and I have to look at my watch. I have to leave in about 10 minutes.
Well, quit complaining, or I'm going to tell Colonel Sanders on you.
How dare you? Shame on you.
Colonel Sanders.
Look how slow he is. Can you believe it?
You don't stop that. Colonel Sanders.
You wouldn't make it as a real chef, honey.
Yes, I would. I know exactly what I'm doing.
You wouldn't even make it as a prep cook.
Yeah, well, you wouldn't even make it as a... In fact, on the Golden Girls the other day, they were doing the... Who was the one who said the sky is falling? Chicken Little? Is that one of your relatives?
Yes, that was my cousin.
Well, they did the story of Chicken Little and the sky is falling on the Golden Girls on Sunday.
I approve.
And it was quite amusing. In fact, Betty White played Chicken Little.
I can't imagine.
And who was the other one? There were two other characters. Well, B. Arthur played Turkey Lurkey.
I have to see that one.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Can you just play? We can play it on YouTube.
All right, now we'll come over here, Mrs. McChicken.
YouTube.
Come over, Mrs. McChicken.
Okay.
Now you can see here, we got our carrots and potatoes here, but they're not, so I'm going to add a little more beef broth just to cover.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Okay.
So what we're going to do...
So that's the other can that you just had over there.
Yes, we need a can of beef broth here. So
This happens to be Swanson.
that's right.
Swans.
Yes. As in Gloria Swanson.
Yes, I'm sure that's what they meant.
Probably not, but it doesn't matter. All right, so
Did you wash that top?
doesn't matter.
You have to wash it first. Otherwise you're going to get something
Oh,
bad.
shut up. I'm the Crabby Cook. I get to tell you to shut up.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
I'm going to kick your ass.
Yeah, well, someday I'm going to be an astronaut, and I'm going to kick your ass. Gamera, go back. Did you ever see the Gamera movies with Gamera, the flying turtle? Gamera, go back.
No, actually, I don't think I have.
It's a trap.
Oh, goodness.
They're trying to kill you.
Oh,
They're gonna
no.
try and kill
Me?
you, I mean. Gamera, someday I grow up. I be astronaut, Gamera. I see you again, Gamera. So this little Japanese kid is saying this to Gamera as he goes away. And then we made a record. Actually, Pete and Dave made a recording of it. And then as he's going away, he says, "Gamera, you son bitch. Someday I'm gonna be an astronaut and I'm gonna kick your ass." All right, so we're gonna add just a skosh more beef broth. We can always put the leftover in a leftover cup. Now, we don't. The last step before we put the lid on.
Meyer diced tomatoes.
Petite diced
What
tomato.
does that green thing say with the 24 hours?
Farm to can within 24 hours. So make sure you know petite. Read petite.
Petite. So they got it in smaller pieces.
Yes. So what we're going to do, get this guy open. Now this is an important step because not only will it add flavor, but the naturally occurring acid in the tomatoes and the sauce will help tenderize the meat.
Oh.
Yes.
Mm.
So we do this like so.
That
Unlike
looks so good.
Unlike my my girlfriend who likes to put mushrooms and garlic, but we do not put mushroom and garlic in beef stew. We just don't do it.
Well, some people do, Ken.
No, then it's not beef stew. Then it's something else.
Well, that's your opinion, Ken.
No, that's not opinion. That's a fact. If you're gonna make beef stew, I say make beef stew.
I think you just have white privilege, Ken.
All right, let's keep politics out of it, will you, Mrs. McChicken?
If you say so, Ken.
I'm gonna have to report you to Farmer Brown.
You wouldn't do that. I know you really love me, Ken.
All right, now take it. Let's focus. Have your cameraman focus on this now. Now look, there we go. Everything.
Okay, cameraman, go ahead. Okay, here we go.
So if everything's in there, all we got to do now. Hey, you're getting your hair in there, you dummy.